Hey guys, what's going on? Sorry about the camera leg being in there. I don't know how else to do this with my current setup on this desk and not get anything else in there. And I also apologize for the funny lighting. Obviously you can see we're dealing with the flash right here, but it's kind of like the light was kind of washing out everything else, so I have to have the flash on. So anyways, I thought this would be a fun little video to make to show off the work that I've done with my 3D printer recently. I made this box basically to hold my original Game Boy games. I've been trying to collect all of them. Sadly, if you saw my recent community post, my copy of Yellow failed to save a file, so I've sent it out to be fixed. But the original Pokemon games, there were 7 of them. So Crystal, Gold, Silver, Yellow, Green, Blue, and Red. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you know that I do have this copy of Red that has been basically repackaged. This copy is just in a clear package, but it is, of course, an original copy, and we have traded from Crystal and to Crystal and other things. I don't know with the light if you can see the Nintendo logo there, but anyways, yeah. I've been acquiring a couple things for the Game Boy, and keeping everything in one place on my desk is much easier than throwing everything down by the GameCube, and I just wanted to kind of show off what we've got. So I put the Game Boy in there just for reference, just so you can see what I'm talking about. This is, of course, my modded Game Boy Color with the IPS screen, and I recently just got some of the Lada IKEA 2450 batteries with a charger for them, so I will make a video about that shortly with my experience there. But I just thought I would show off what I've got so far. So when I get Yellow back, of course, I will have Crystal, Gold, Yellow, and Red. I am going to be trying to source Silver, Blue, and Green in the near future. But I also have a GBA cable, because I do have a GBA, and I have a universal link that I have been using to trade from the Game Boy player on the GameCube over to this Game Boy Color. The other thing that I've got in here, you'll notice this looks a little bit different, is I have a GBX Cart 3D printed housing from 16-bit Virtual Studios, and I will link them into the description below. But basically this is a way for me to upload my saves to cloud, and then you can download your saves onto Cartridge. So unfortunately, I did not have time to download Yellow before the save was lost. Otherwise, I would still have my save of Yellow. We will have to restart that eventually. But yeah, this is a tool that I'm going to use in order to back up the master save file on Crystal and the master save file on Red. So once you get these cartridges, the thing about these cartridges is, I've said this in videos before, but they run off of a battery not similar to the way that the 3rd generation or the GBA Pokemon games run on a battery. Is the battery in these cartridges actually directly affects the save file. So when you have to change your battery, which again you can see in this copy of Pokemon Red, it's right there, it's got that yellow outline on it. When you change that battery, you lose your save file. So I thought that this little holder would be a nice little design, and I don't know if you can see, there's a button right here. Maybe you can hear it. I'll put it back by the mic. Can you hear that? So there's a button actually on the motherboard here, and I made a little bit of clearance spot for it so that this holder just slips right down in there. And everything is in here pretty solid. I mean, you're just hearing the button wiggle there. But yeah, everything in here is nice and solid. And I think this will be a good way, 1, to display the collection, but 2, to keep dust and things out of the little ports. I will need to get a little cover for this, because I don't want to get a bunch of dirt up in these ports. But the tolerances on all of these openings is 0.1 millimeters. So I made everything really, really tight. As you can tell by when I try to get this Red cartridge out, it's very, very tight in there. So I am not worried about losing anything, and it's very, very difficult to get Crystal out. I won't even attempt to do that right now on camera. But I thought this would be a good little package that I could print a little cover for and keep everything in here and closed up, and it's out of the way and it's all in one spot. And I do want to show off this GBX cart. For those of you who are running Mac like me, you will need to download Python, and there's a very, very, very simple script that you're going to run in order to be able to get this code basically downloaded from the game. And there's a couple of tricks to using one of these as well. So this is the V1.4a, and the way that this works is essentially you have to have a save file for this to work. So even if you're downloading a save from your cloud onto a cartridge, you need to have a save file on that cartridge to be able to overwrite. If you don't have a save file on that cartridge, you will not be able to overwrite it because there's nothing to override. There's no save data, so it's just new game or continue on your startup screen. Excuse me, new game or options on your startup screen. There's no continue. You need the continue in order to override. So for anybody who has trouble with that, troubleshooting is fairly easy with these. They have a really good forum, and the aftermarket support is pretty good. So you can get obviously different housings like the one that I've got, and it comes in other colors other than just blue. This is just, I clicked random, and this is what I got. But yeah, I don't mind that at all, and that's, I think, going to be a nice little way to keep the saves up and in the air as opposed to being locked into the cartridge. So anyways, I just thought this would be a fun little way to show off what I've been working on, keep all my cables out of the way, keep all the Game Boy stuff in one spot, and yeah, I'm going to work on completing my collection. I know that green is Japanese only, so I'll try to figure that out, and I don't really know if I want to go with a Japanese copy of silver or what else, because I know that there are some funny things with trading, and I got to do a little bit more research on those before I move forward. But yeah, I thought this would be a nice fun little project for me to print and run the printer a little bit. And yeah, I think this turned out pretty well. Anyways, if you like this, go ahead and leave a comment, subscribe, like it. I don't know, there's too many buttons to click on YouTube. Thank you for watching. I super appreciate it. If you're interested in kind of printing one of these for yourself, I can give you the dimensions that I used. Obviously, it's very tight in here. I can turn this over and nothing will fall out, even the cords. I mean, I'm not shaking it super hard, but you understand what I'm getting at. If I hold the cords, I can shake it, really hard and nothing will move. Everything is in there super solid. So anyways, like I said, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I will catch you in the next video, which will probably be on the GBX cart, because I do want to show off how that software is used. So anyways, peace out. Have fun with your IPS modded screen Game Boys, but definitely get some rechargeable batteries if you're using them. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye. Real quick before I'm gone for the day, I did think that I would just show you the battery charger that I'm using right now. I will link this into the Amazon description below. I realize that this one says 0 and it says end, but that's because I put this one in here when it was already charged. So basically this battery charger, it shows you how much charge each battery is taking when you charge it. You can switch between different modes per battery. And this is just a helpful little tool that I can see the life of the battery as I use them over time. I've been told that these Lada 2450s are very comparable to the Panasonic batteries, and that these ones will hold up better for those IPS screen Game Boys. So if you do have one of those IPS screen Game Boys and you are noticing that your battery juice is running out, go ahead and switch to these rechargeable batteries. Like I said, I'll link both of these in the description below. I think I spent like $50 total between the battery, the charger, and the shipping to get here. And that to me seems like a reasonable deal for thousands of charges. So yeah, take a look at these, and if you are going to run a Game Boy, obviously the goal of the Game Boy, if you're using AA batteries, is to be able to go on the road and like stop at a 7-Eleven or whatever and get some batteries. But if you're just going to be using them around the house, get these rechargeable ones. They work pretty good. I have not had a problem so far, and those screens stay nice and bright for quite a while. So anyways, peace out.